Industry Buzz with 3Zs.com. Now, bringing integrity back to media. Lutonya M. Lane.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your girlfriend, your buddy, your pal. Welcome to the BuzzZinOFF with Lutonya TV show. I know you guys are excited. Why? Because we have the cast from Cynderfella here on today. The hit stage play produced by the one and only Cassandra Bell Studios. Y'all know I love me some Cassandra. She is here in the studio on today, and she will be in later on. So I need y'all to do me a huge favor. Share. It is definitely going down May the 5th and the 6th. So I want to welcome to the show DJ in the building. You playing one of the Prince, on the show. Say hi to the peoples.
Hi.
That was close enough. Yeah. We got Jermaine as well that's here. He plays the character Chris. Welcome to the show, Jermaine.
Hi.
Later on today, during the footage, you also will see Jermaine and John and Simeon Henderson Jr. taking us behind the scenes of the closed off rehearsal for Cynderfella. So it's good to have y'all here on today. How does it feel to be a part of this production?
Great. It's a great play. It's a great play overall. It has nice messages in there, funny scenes, great dancing, great talent. It's just a great play overall. I really enjoy doing it.
What have you learned, DJ, being a part of the cast? Because I think it's about 50, castmates in this particular play. What have you learned so far as being a part of this production?
I really just learned to, do me. I don't have to be, because Ryan, he's playing, a kind of nerdy guy,
mm-hmm.
and he's not scared to be himself. And I just learned to kind of, be myself and don't have to be afraid to do certain things. Do certain things that I like to do in front of other people.
That's a huge message to learn, especially now. How old are you now, DJ?
I'm 12.
12. So you're in that stage of developing, who you are. You're getting ready to go to high school in a blink of an eye. How has this play affected, or does this play speak to the things that you see happening in your everyday life with peers at school?
Yeah, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's kind of it's kind of dramatic,
mm-hmm.
more dramatic in a play than it is in real life. But yeah.
Look, you gonna have to talk more.
Yeah.
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 Look, Jermaine, so how do you feel? Because you're older now. You're getting ready to hit high school. You've played in a lot of productions, so far. So this is definitely something different than what you've played before. How have you been able to connect with your character, even though he's a little mischievous? How have you been able to connect to your character?
My character is... I guess the way I can connect to my character is... It's kind of weird because the character is the total opposite of me.
Mm-hmm.
They're the slimy ones that are always going for the girls. The one thing we have in common is that we're both always eating
mm-hmm.
something. No matter what it is, we're just always eating something. But it's being the character is fun
mm-hmm.
because it's you get to be a whole other person, and he's kind of the opposite of me.
Mm-hmm.
But it is still fun playing him.
Now, this play speaks to a lot of issues, that's happening in our community. What issue has stood out the most to you?
Lupus, actually. I never knew what lupus was or that it was even a thing. They don't teach it in school, most definitely. And I had no idea of any knowledge of it before this play.
Mm.
And to know that it kills as many people as cancer, that's a big deal that should have more spotlight put on it.
Mm.
And I just think that if it's this important, then it should be also being more popular, as popular as some of the other diseases like the diabetes and cancer, because it's something that people wouldn't know about and then it could just hit you, and you're like, wait, what's happening to me?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a big deal that I'm happy that's been put some light on.
Yeah, spreading some light and definitely sharing knowledge and information. When you go back to school and you see these type of instances, because you played a lot of plays and you see these things, how are you able to connect to your peers to help them? Are you able to do that, after coming away from some of the plays, especially this one, Cynderfella?
Normally, this play, I don't really talk much about my plays at school, but I do bring the jokes from the plays to school. And I don't really talk much about the plays in my school, actually. But I normally just take the jokes from them, or maybe I'll, talk about it to my best friends or something.
Yeah. I know when y'all was talking about them Yo Mama jokes, I was like, good thing me and Cassandra ain't gonna be mad about that. When they said them Yo Mama jokes, I said, hold on, I did just order from McDonald's. I was feeling some type of way, y'all. But it's definitely good to see you. Now, is this your first time being in a play?
Yes.
Okay, because I know that you was with us at the Black and White Ball and you danced with the kids on, last year for the Black and White Ball, but this is your first time in the forefront for the play. How have you been able to connect to your character?
Well, it's just because I'm humorous. Well, I have a good sense of humor, and just to play, just it makes me.
we gonna work on him. We gonna work on him, but definitely y'all stay locked in. He'll have more to say at the play, May the 5th and May the 6th. But we have Cassandra, Bell, and Kay in the building, so y'all stay locked in. You never know what's gonna happen with our youth, but we have to be there to support him. So we're gonna support him with some media classes, and we're gonna be just fine. We're gonna be just fine after this. Stay locked in. More to come. Check out the footage right now from Cassandra Bell Studios.
Howdy, this is Jermaine Bell, and you're tuned into Industry Buzz with 3Zs.com.
Don't go anywhere. Lutonya will be right back on Industry Buzz with 3Zs Radio.
Don't call the cops, just call us. Walked in this party and these girls looking at me. Skinny jeans on and you know my head nappy. Hey, okay. I want y'all to do this dance now. Juju on that beat, juju on that beat, juju on that, juju on that, juju on that beat. Now slide, drop, hit them for no stop. Hey, don't stop, hey, don't stop, hey. Run a man on that beat, hey, run a man on that beat, hey, run a man on that beat, hey, run a man on that beat. Now do your dance, do your dance, do your dance, hey. You ugly, you your daddy's son, hey, do your dance, hey.
It's your boy John Gore from Industry Buzz with 3Zs.com, and we're behind the scenes from Cynderfella. The black good fella. We're behind the scenes of Cynderfella. The freaking punch, big fella.
How you feel about this play?
I feel great about this play.
Right. How do you think your character is going to be?
I think he's gonna be. You just have to come see the play.
And kind of right now, I'm going through that teenage phase where you're trying to find yourself and all that emotional crap. And I guess that's how I can relate to it. I kind of got put in the spot, so I don't know what to say.
I want to help him out real quick. Okay, I'll just hijack your interview.
What's your role in the movie?
I'm Kendall, and I'm playing the evil stepbrother.
Okay. How can you relate to Cynderfella?
One thing that I can relate to is since I don't have any brothers and sisters, I relate to the people that's around me. So when they're talking about their friends and stuff, since my friends are just like Ryan's friends. So it's really special to have friends and have people that you actually care about and have people that actually really that's on your back every time through the ups and downs. So
I'm his other evil stepbrother, by the way. I know I don't seem evil, but don't judge me.
I'm also in Cynderfella, and I play one of Ryan's best friends. I play Jazz.
I'm the sporty, good-looking one. You know, you can tell. Here with Tierney Wright and Miss Lauren Mason. How can you guys relate to Cynderfella, the play?
Well, I could say I relate to this because, I mean, Ryan has a struggle of individuality and trying to hold himself together, and he only wins when he follows his heart.
I know what it means to really lose someone that you're close to and have that kind of have your light dimmed, and to have friends to have your back and to really push you like Chanel, Sunshine, and Kim does with Ryan. It's amazing, and I know exactly how it feels because I have friends like that.
Today I'm interviewing
Diamond.
Blue Jay.
A lot of social media, like drama and violence, are there, and that's incorporated into the play. Also, it shows that we are a community. We can be together no matter your race, no matter if you're smart, if you're just a pretty girl, if you're shy. It doesn't matter who you are. You can always come together, and you can always find family and love into all of that.
I think that everybody can kind of feel that they have something to relate to Cynderfella. For me, personally, the part about him missing his mom, because I know I love my mom, I just moved up here and we talk back and forth, but it's nothing like feeling her, touching her. You know what I'm saying?
You're tuned in to Industry Buzz with 3zs.com.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the BuzzZinOFF with Lutonya TV show. I got my girl here with us, and Kylie.
What's up?
Kylan.
There you go.
Kay is in the building. Okay. All right. So we have Cassandra Bell Studios here. She is the studio. When I say she does everything, she does everything. And I'm really excited about what you're doing with the youth. You're bringing, we got a chance and the privilege of being with you at the Juvenile Detention Center for their first Women's Summit.
You were amazing.
Thank you.
You were amazing.
Thank you. I'm just so honored that you allowed me to come in.
Yes.
Man, and when I say those girls,
Yeah.
they, like, when the girl said, how do you know when you are enough? That even now brings tears to my eyes, you know. Why was it so important for you to connect to the youth with Cynderfella?
One of the things that, you know, I've been working with kids for literally over 29 years working with the youth. I really want to focus on our young men. I really created Cynderfella to really deal with some of the issues that our young men are dealing with. And I just thought that Cinderella is such a beautiful story of forgiveness. And I think that really what's going on with a lot of our youth is the fact that they don't know how to forgive. And, you know, there's a lot of inner wounds that's not healed, and there's a lot of frustration and trauma. And so I just really kind of pinned that in regards to that issue. And it was funny because even though it was a concept, when I met Kylan, I knew it was time for me to actually write the story because I felt like he was like the embodiment of this character, the humility, his faith, and not only his talent, you know. So I took the time out and I just penned it, you know, for those issues.
And you're touching on a lot of issues, talking about homelessness. You connect the play to getting the kids active in that. And then lupus, and it's talking about forgiveness. It's talking about a mother's love. It's talking about so much. Why was it important for you to put the portion of lupus in this play?
Well, it was a really tragic coincidence that, you know, I suffer with diabetes, and once you start doing research on other diseases like cancer, diabetes, I started realizing that lupus was in a high amount of numbers. And I'm like, wow, well, you know, pretty much what is this? I knew of the disease, but I really didn't know that much of the disease. And when I started doing my research and saw how much it was affecting so many African American women, I was like, whoa, we need to talk about this, you know, because, you know, my focus is like I'm diabetic, and I just lost my sister to diabetes as well. So I was like, but wow, what is this disease right here? So I started doing the research, and while I had wrote the story and completed it, and we were in rehearsals, Kylan lost his grandmother to lupus. Wow. And so I was like, you know, this is really, we need to become more aware of this disease because it is really
a disease that is really affecting us as African American and especially women of color.
Yeah, and I definitely keep you in my prayers, you know, with your sister and your family as well as you, Kylan. And it's good to see you, you know, in rare form. I got a chance to see you last year. Cassandra was with us, and you stole the show.
Thank you.
Now you're playing Ryan, the main character. You've been in a lot of productions. What was it? What was different about this particular production for Cynderfella?
I think the difference is I can relate to Ryan a lot. Like a lot of the things that happened to Ryan, I went through the same thing with forgiveness. My father, Ryan has issues with his father. You know, in school being overlooked and stuff like that. I go through the same thing. I've been through the same thing. So, you know, I can just relate to it, and it feels so real to me. And that's the difference. With the last plays I've been in, it's like, it's just a character, but this is real to me. It's different.
Yeah, it definitely hit home. And what I love, like I've been watching you guys private plays. What I love is seeing you light up when you get ready to dance.
Yeah,
and you get ready
yeah,
to
I
sing.
do too.
It's like a whole nother person take form.
Why
was it so important for you to be able to, you know, just share the light on lupus as well? Because that's quite close to home.
Yeah. Well, recently I lost my grandma to lupus, and we really didn't know what it was at first. And she had lupus for years, but we came up with a thing, like we called it Nana moments, because we called her Nana. So she'll have these moments where like she'll do something super funny, but it'll be a little off a little bit. So we like, that's just her moments. But little did we know she had lupus, and lupus, under the umbrella of lupus, you can get dementia, Alzheimer's and stuff like that. So it was affecting her brain in a way. So this just sheds light on something that a lot of people don't know about. You know, a lot of people know about cancer, all the mainstream diseases and stuff like that, but lupus is growing, and it's growing really quickly among African American women.
Wow. Well, I definitely, you know, applaud you for taking on this task, because that is something, you know, that's close to home for you. Now, you said that you were overlooked in school. In this play, you are definitely not going to be overlooked.
Thank you.
No. You are definitely not going to be overlooked. Now, there's a lot of young men that's looking up at you in this play. You know, I see you, you know, talking to them and interacting with them. That's a huge responsibility. How do you feel to be in that type of, you know, because you're a leader, how does it feel to be in that type? Well, the shoe is on the other foot now, where you are, you know, helping them, you know, help them establish their career and being a great peer to them.
It's a real humbling experience, because if I look back, and when I was younger, I would never think that I would be a role model to kids or to people younger than me. So it's a real humbling experience, because I get to be that thing to people that I've never had, like a good role model to teach young men how to live right, or how to go through things. And I've been through it, so I can tell them that it'll be okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a real humbling experience, and it's a big responsibility. So.
Yeah, it definitely is, and you can handle it.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that I love most about being a writer. It's like, artistically, it's like, you know, I met Kylan, I didn't know his story. You know, now I know him better, but it was almost as though God had anointed the story, and that it made it kind of his story. And the story was written, you know, but it was once I wrote it, and he did the read on it, it was like, it was written for him. It was so natural. It wasn't hard. You know, a lot of times you have to direct actors to be, okay, I need you.
Right.
But it was so natural for him. It was in his dialogue, as they say, we say dialect. You know, so it was, you know, that's when you know that God is in the midst of something and making it greater. And just a sweet spirited, you know, one of the things that I love about Collins is that he's so sweet-spirited. I mean, he's so humble, and he's so talented.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you looking at him, and I know it's probably how most people felt when they looked at Michael Jackson. You know, you got all of this talent in this little body, and you're like,
What to do next?
What?
Little body.
Well, I mean,
speaking
you
of
know, I
talent-
mean, not in little, like, I mean, but you know, everybody
You know
little to
what she
me, because
saying,
I'm old.
man.
I'm an old lady.
Look,
Uh-huh.
now in this, you talking about talent.
Mhm.
You have a
Oh.
very talented cast. Like,
Yes,
I've been
I do.
watching them. You have a very talented
they
cast.
are.
And most of them have not been in plays before.
Mhm.
And you can't even tell that,
Mhm.
you know, in some sense, you like, look! But you can't even tell. What was the, you know, thought pattern with getting these kids? You know, because I know a lot of them were handpicked for the show.
Literally. You know what? I have a very unique, you know, I tell people all the time, I am very non-traditional. I have very unorthodox ways, and I am very, as most people would say, kind of, you know, eccentric, you know, eclectic, as they say. I really, when I go on auditions and I look at, you know, cast members, it's just a feeling that I have to get. You know, I have to look at them, and it's not so much about the more experienced actor. It's about how I felt when that person gave the dialogue or gave me that energy. And I just have always really had this like strong discernment on cast. This particular cast, you know, was literally handpicked. I wanted a great variety of new talent. You know, I have my traditional talents that I work with. Shouts out to my theater sons. You know who you are. It's a whole lot of them. I can't list them. You know, and then I've had my babies that have gone on to the next level. That have gone on to the next level. And, you know, they're, you know, in the top shows right now, things like that. So I'm like, this is a new genre, a new set of kids and a new movement and change for me as a director and a writer. And so I just kind of wanted the newness. So a lot of them are first timers. And that's why I said I was going to put them up on a smaller stage, a more intimate stage, because being on a large stage for a new artist can be very intimidating.
Yeah.
And I want them, you know, as I said before, I tell people all the time, it's not I know it's a business, but it's a ministry for me. And that's the difference. And so I attack it different. You know, I love working with these kids. I work with them on the clock. I work with them off the clock. So I just really I want to build artists. And that's the whole thing. I'm in a format where, you know, I got more years, you know, behind me. So the thing is that I want to focus on building, because I want to make sure that I leave a legacy so that these kids can give back.
And you brought in the juvenile detention center. Some of the officers are a part of the play, you know, as well.
I did.
Why was it really important for you to bring those people in?
The reason why I talked to, you know, my peers, and a lot of them, really honestly, a lot of them came to me and they sought me out and was like, you know, what do you need us to do? And, you know, how can we help? And a lot of times people always say, they was like, well, you know, I ain't rich, you know, I don't have this. And I'm just like, y'all fail to realize that you got to realize that there is one thing you can never pay for, and that's time. You can be compensated for it, but can you really buy time? Because if I could, I would buy, you know, I'd be 25 again. But the thing that was so dope about these young people that I'm working with, the mentors from the jail, is that we know kids. We really know kids. I mean, it's our job to know kids. And each one of those people are from different aspects of the jail. But we know kids. We work with kids, and we're not afraid of kids.
Right.
A lot of times, people are scared of kids. People don't like kids. They don't like them. They're disrespectful. They're loud. They have, you know, attitudes and things like that. So I wanted people that were really experienced with kids, hands-on, and not afraid to talk and be around kids. And so I, you know, gave my little, as we say, squad, you know, together, and we working, you know. And then the thing is that people always say, we hear this all the time, Black Lives Matter. Police, they don't care nothing about, you know, these people. They shoot, they kill, or they locking them up, they treating them like
But all of
animals.
y'all are officers, so
Yeah.
that's not everybody.
But the reality of it, what they don't understand is that there are more kind cops than bad cops. That's what you got to understand. They're in, you know, you got to realize these people have made it their careers to risk their life. They're soldiers. And people forget that. They forget that when you go inside the jails, when those doors lock, people fail to realize we locked up too. We locked up. Yeah, we can leave, but for that time, we just like those kids that we servicing. We locked up too. We locking them. We eating what they eat. We talking what they talk. We watching what they, watching the same thing they do. So this is a relationship, and what people don't see is we some of the best parents them kids ever had. We love those kids.
Y'all do.
We love those kids.
And they love y'all right back, too.
And you see that.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? And I tell people all the time, people say, well, how can you work with them? And they did this and they did this. At the end of the day, I work in detention. My kids are not convicted. They're detained, and they are still kids. I can't change what they did. I can't fix it. I can't turn it back. But while they under our care, and I can speak for my administration, and not that I'm speaking for please, disclaimer. I'm not speaking for y'all, okay? But I'm telling you, my administrators, they care about these kids. Yeah. They care about these kids. We work endless hours creating programs, volunteering, donating our own money to try inside of this facility to try to do better. And I think that people need to realize, and I'm going to say this in firm, people need to realize I like Eddie Johnson. Now, I don't do the political thing. I like Eddie Johnson. Eddie Johnson is trying to do his best he can for this city. Right. He has solved some of the most heinous crimes himself, like really got hands on. I think he's a very, very good superintendent. I really like what he's trying to do and to build relations. And then people have to realize too, you on the block, you know what happened. Right. Stop playing. If you're not part of the problem, you are the problem. You are the problem. Okay? So it just, it is what it is. So we out here, we're saying, hey, we're not going to talk about it. We're going to be about it. We're going to volunteer our time. And I don't take no money from them. I just need y'all to come to these rehearsals, work with these young people. Let's get in, do the best that we can to try to help them be the best people they can be. So when they get to be our age, they can look back and say, I had a village.
Well, they can also be able to sow back into our youth as well that's coming up behind them. And they're sowing back. You guys stay locked in. Right now we have a special message from the people at the Juvenile Detention Center. Y'all keep it locked. More to come right here on BuzzZinOFF with Lutonya.
What's up, everybody? I'm Kyla, and you're tuned into Industry Buzz with 3Zs.com.
Don't go anywhere. Lutonya will be right back on Industry Buzz with 3Zs Radio.
Hi. We're sitting before you at Cassandra Studios, and I'm sitting with a few of the volunteers that work on Cynderfella. So listen, check this out. One of the things that we have in common, besides the fact that we are all part of this production, is that everybody that's sitting before you, we're in law enforcement. We work for Cook County Juvenile Detention Center, and as law enforcement officers, people always give us a bad rap and pretty much feel in society that, that we're the villains. But as you sit here with my partners here, we are vested in our community. We understand the concept of being a village. And what we've done is these amazing people have come and volunteered their time and their talent to work with me on the young people, shall I say, that I work with, because we are that village. And we are giving back to society by giving our time. A lot of times people feel like you got to have $1 million to help, and I'm here to tell you that you don't. What our young people need is time. They need time and interest and focus. So we're going to pass the, as they say, we're going to talk a little bit about why do we work with young people off the clock?
A lot of the youth that we work with, they don't have good mentorship or any parenting in their home. So that's what we help fill that void, as it takes a village to raise all our children. It's vital, that they have someone to look up to and someone to role model after, that they do have a hope and not the big homie on the block, or, the neighborhood drug dealer is the way to go, or some rapper. Do you have people that's normal, regular people that work a 9 to 5, that's able to, do things that's positive, to travel the world and see different things?
Yeah, I think that one of the great things that we do with our young people is, like, I've seen these guys pull them into the corner and talk with them when they're doing something that's not cool, or they sit around and give them advice on homework or even on acting tips. I know you always pulling the actors to the side and giving them advice. Being actors, since you the cool one with the tattoos. Look, he the cool one, he tatted up. But I mean, what do you say about that? Some of the things that you talk to about with the cast about their acting and things like that.
Just in general, for me, everything is relatability. You know, I know I don't look, you know, so old, or, you know, I do got the tattoos. And I know a lot of times that it's easier for me to relate to the kids, even in the environment that we work in. You know, we work with the youth, you know, that's going through a lot of stuff. I've seen a lot of stuff and dealt with a lot of stuff myself. My father has always kind of been that father in the neighborhood that like took care of everybody, looked out. He coached baseball, football, basketball, ran a rec center for 20 years. And it was just something, so it was kind of natural for me. I mean, I was the youngest of all brothers, so I didn't have nobody to kind of nurture myself, so I just kind of took it upon myself to just help out, you know, when I could in the neighborhood, you know, and I see different situations, so it's only fitting that I work in that environment. And then by me working in that environment, of course, you know, we talk to the kids all the time. You know, it's not just about discipline, it's about, you know, reaching them and getting them to understand that there's different avenues that they can take, different approaches to different behaviors when they get upset and, you know, when they make bad decisions. So it's just something for me that just, in a sense, became natural, and I just enjoy it.
It's, I think, one of the key things about the people that we're working with, because this is like over 53 kids. I lost count after 53 kids. I think it's close to maybe like 60 or 70 kids that's inside this production. And the thing that what impressed me about these young people is how hard they work. I mean, we deal with kids that are high trauma. They are suffering from grief, low self-esteem. They've seen things that we would never see, you know, never see. There's parental issues, and then there's mental health issues as well. Because a lot of these kids have been diagnosed with ADD, ADHD, or compulsive defiant disorders and things like that. And so we bring them in this environment, and don't get it twisted. So we sitting here, we all calm, but because we work in an environment, we also know the importance of discipline. So we set structure nice and early. About with our kids. We set the structure nice and early, like this is the A, this is the B, this is C, and that's the expectation, is that you follow the A, the B, and the C. So I'm gonna pass it on down to Davis, who's more, what do you think about structure?
Structure is very important. I've been working with youth, period, giving back for almost 15 years now. So it's important to set boundaries and let them know what you will and won't accept. A lot of things that I realize is that they want structure because they don't have it at home. So if they don't feel unsafe, they act out. And that's whether you in the jail environment, whether you got them in a group home, whether you got them in programming. So I think I continue to do it and set the boundaries of this is how you respect me. I always demand, especially when working with a young man, eye contact, because I give you eye contact, and that's something that makes a change and allows them to hold you to a different standard, I think. So me helping with this production is just one of the things that I do, striving to be the change agent and meeting the kids where they are.
Right, that's the key. And then we have our Fashionista over here, Mr. Fashionista over here, but I'm not gonna make him speak unless he wants to. He's a silent giant, but he's working with us, McClure. And we guys gotta introduce. I don't think we introduced everybody, but we call everybody by our last name because it's a habit. You know, I'm sorry, we work in the jail, so everybody's McClure, Sanford, Bell, Smith, and Davis. All right, but we actually, we may not give our government names out. We're just gonna keep it like that. But I mean, fashion is huge right now with our young people, so we want to make sure that we represent that too, and then offer our different talents and brands as well. We have, and you guys are gonna meet a little bit later, some more volunteers that's working with us on this production. But we just want to say, as you're listening to the sound of my voice, we just want to say that it takes a village. It doesn't take money, it really takes your time. So if you're interested in volunteering and being a part of this amazing productions, please hit me up at CassandraBellStudios@gmail.com. That's Cassandra Bell Studios on all my social media. That's Twitter, Cassandra Bell, Instagram, Cassandra Bell Studios, as well as, did I mention the Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, linking it? It's all the same thing, which is Cassandra Bell. And if you guys want to send any additional messages out for the young people, I just want to say for me is, young people, stay encouraged. You have to be alive to dream. Don't walk away from your dreams. Don't sleep on your dreams. You got to realize if you're sleeping and you're dreaming, you're still alive. And that's important in the world that we live in. You got to have hope. You got to have faith. So stay focused, stay on task, and stay consistent, because you can be whatever you want to be. We're all here living testimony to that. You know, we made it to be this age and we're still going on. But you have to understand that you are somebody. Don't allow anybody to put a label on you. You're not a convict, you're not a felon. You're somebody and you're somebody. And we believe that. Anything else you guys want to tag in and say?
I just said don't be afraid to live.
Don't be afraid to take chances and go after whatever you dream. And you can always make it. First is visualization in your mind and make it happen.
And everything they said, go after it as young as possible, so you have time to make, another choice if it don't work out.
Have a plan B. Have a plan B and C.
Get educated.
Get educated. And on that note, thank you for tuning in to Cassandra Bell Studios. Love, peace, and happiness. And we hope to see you at Cynderfella May 5th and 6th at the Martin Luther King Social Center. It's actually Mount Pisgah Social Center, 4622 South King Drive. 4622 South King Drive, Chicago, Illinois. Be there, be square, but be ready because the show is amazing. Thank you. Boom! It's your girl Cassandra Bell of Cassandra Bell Studios, and you are tuning in to Industry Buzz with 3Zs.com.
Welcome back to the BuzzZinOFF with Lutonya TV show. Thank you so much for staying locked in. It is definitely going down May the 5th and the 6th. So we're here talking with Cassandra Bell Studios. And Kylan is in the building. I said it right there too. Now, speaking of saying your name, they're going to be saying your name after they hear your CD. She actually added your song to this play. How does that, that's a big deal.
Right.
You know that, right? That's a big deal. How does it feel to be doing your own song, dancing to your own song, singing to your own song in front of all these people for Cynderfella?
It's like a dream come true. Like, I can't even explain it, to be honest. Like, it's only something you can dream about. Like, I'm actually performing my song. I'm not doing a cover of somebody else's song. I'm not trying to sound like somebody else. I can just be myself and perform to my own stuff. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't even explain it.
Look, and you got backup dancers.
Backup squad. But you know what?
A squad.
Let me say this. Let me send a special love, and I say kisses and hugs to Kiana Spears. Another amazing, talented, young person. I mean, Kiana Spears is an artist. She's an actress. She's a dancer. And she's and she's brilliant. This girl is like in the honor society. She's sweet. She's humble, and those two together, I feel like I'm watching history in the making.
Look, I feel like we need to do matchmaker.
I was like, you said matchmaking. I ain't going that far. But look,
get our kids together. Look, y'all gonna stay together,
be together, and be great.
Thing, okay?
I feel like I'm watching Jay-Z and Beyonce. Right. I was like, they are stars. Yeah. I mean, they get on stage and they just light up, and I just be looking at Kiana, and she be like, bet it up.
Right.
I was like, you better get it, little girl.
And she just has a beautiful.
Ooh, yes.
And that's why I love, like, a lot of the plays that you have. A lot of the agencies are getting your kids from your plays and putting them on Empire.
That's going to change, though.
Putting them on, but that's amazing.
I'm going agent.
Right, but that's amazing that they feel that you are putting something into these kids, and that's why I'm in partnership, because I love what we're able to do.
Yeah.
With you getting ready to do this play, what's next?
Woo!
Well, I know we got May the 5th and the 6th,
right.
But
we got
you got a lot up your sleeve.
Yes, we have Cynderfella, that's May the 6th, and then after that, I have my first film coming out called September Rain.
Yeah.
So I'm getting ready to do September Rain. I'm so excited. That premieres around our birthday time, September the 16th.
Okay, so
I had
that
to make sure it was after the ball. Because I didn't want to bump heads, because I didn't want her taking all my guests at the ball. So we can't be at the ball and be at September Rain premiere. Right. So I made sure it was after our birthdays, because we're Virgos.
Yeah.
So September Rain, I'm so excited about that. Amazing ensemble cast, another very talented cast. I'm so excited about that.
Wow.
Film, just a great film, and the actresses, oh my God, they are amazing.
Now, is it a piggyback off of what you just did? Because you just did a September event. You did something with the dancers. They were dancing. They were modeling.
Totally
So that was
different.
okay.
Right. Totally
okay,
different.
Okay.
Totally different. I think that was like a diabetes. Cause I do like this big diabetes fashion show.
Okay.
Just to raise money. And
I know we
awareness
was there
for diabetes.
I just know we
right.
had flavors.
That was Lipstick Elixir.
Lipstick. Okay.
That you know when I be going through my artist mode, I be having these
Look,
concepts for
I just know
shows.
we there for
Yeah.
you. So
that was Lipstick
Okay,
Elixir.
Okay.
So I'll be doing September Rain. It premieres in September the 16th, and then I'm also getting ready to work on Eugene's Delanato's Back in the Day, which is one of my favorite plays because I love it because it's back in the day. It's like 1950s Chicago.
Wow.
And it's just, what I love about it is that he's so authentic to that period, the dialect, the era, the music, the movement, the body movements. So I was the wardrobe stylist on it, and so now I'm gonna have like a bit bigger, more role. But I was happy doing the wardrobe because I love.
You always
shopping.
doing something.
Yeah.
When you said back in the day, I thought about that song Back in the
day.
Day when I was young. I'm not a kid
that.
anymore.
Right. It's the 50s, and then I have 3 other films that I'm working on. I'm working on a film with Darren DeShazier and Marcus Q. We call him Q. Zip Code. It's an action thriller that I'm really excited about, and then I'm going to turn Cynderfella into a movie, a quick movie. It's because I think it's beautiful, and I'm gonna cut the name and call it Fella.
Yeah.
I think because I still think that I love the story, and I think that it's still very relevant. I think, and then we know musicals are phenomenal right now, and I get the opportunity to do a really urban. Musical.
Now that's my other question for you. Why did you decide to make this a musical? I mean, the story is strong without it, but that does add an extra impact to it. Why did you decide to make this as a musical?
Because music has always been throughout history and has been a vehicle for young people. They listen before they hear, and so you use music. And what I love is that listen to the music is so positive. Kylan's song is about, it's called So Confused, and it's about what's going on out here in the media and what's going on out here in the world and why, because of these elements that are affecting you, that we are confused. So the music is positive. It's positive music, and it's original. Some of the music is original. I wanted the full original music, but we'll do that when I do it again in October. But I definitely wanted to use some original music, some original artists, because Kiana Spears does her song. Her songs I featured. Kylan's songs I featured. And I just wanted to, I know how important, and Bizzo, we have to, get his music together because his music is supposed to be featured too. Yeah. So we have, like a lot of the kids are actual artists, so music is their genre. Even, you know what? Actually, it was ours too because we these babies. We were doing this poison. So music has always been great for youth. So I wanted it to be trendy. I wanted it to be hip. I wanted it to be urban. So I just added the musical to it.
Definitely. Now, with you having your music a part of this, you doing a lot, as it's going on, and all of your peers are looking at you. What would you like to say to them in this very moment to motivate them, encourage them, and inspire them to keep going?
I would like to say, never give up on your dreams. Always keep pushing, no matter what comes against you, no matter who believes in you or who doesn't believe in you, no matter who abandons you or whatever. Just keep pushing because one day, you're going to push your pain to greatness.
I know that's right. I'm so proud of you.
I love that. Yeah.
Look, I'm going to have to make that a Facebook
I know. I was like, oh.
Push your pain to greatness. And we're pushing you right into inspiration. Thank you so much, my special guest, Cassandra Bell Studios, and the kids here today. And thank you for liking, sharing, and for the buzz. Make sure you join us May the 5th and the 6th. Not just May the 5th, not just May the 6th, but May the 5th and the 6th. For more information, you can go right on over to industrybuzzwith3zs.com. Y'all know I got them featured there. You can go there and you can click to get your tickets today. For 15 people or more, I got something for you. Make sure you inbox me, but make sure you share it and forward the buzz. It's important for us to be that village that our youth need, and we are that media outlet that's going to shine a light on what they're doing in our community. Y'all stay locked in. More to come on Buzzing Off with Lutonya TV show. Holla at you again. Bye, y'all.
You You've been listening to Industry Buzz with 3Z's Radio, hosted by Lutonya. Tune in next Thursday. If you would like to be a guest on the show, send us an email at connect@industrybuzz.com. And remember, that's Buzz with 3Z. Join us today and bring in integrity back to media, highlighting inspirational news and music. Industry Buzz with 3Z's.com.